Muslim Viewpoint, a video podcast powered by the national nonprofit media platform American Muslim Today. I'm Maya Gayler. It's Monday, May 12, 2025. Here's today's report on the India-Pakistan conflict and the recent developments surrounding the ceasefire. Starting with the evening of May 8th in Jammu, Indian-administered Kashmir, a local resident named Akib Pare described how the lights went out, loud bangs followed, and missiles appeared in the sky. Internet services were cut off and panic set in among residents. Shortly after, Indian Foreign Ministry Vikram Misri stated that Indian armed forces were responding to ceasefire violations. According to Misri, Pakistan has violated the ceasefire agreed today, and Indian forces were instructed to deal strongly with any further violations. Witnesses in Jammu and Srinagar reported seeing blasts and projectiles. By May 9th, Pakistan's military media wing claimed that Indian forces had used air-to-surface missiles to target 3 air bases. Pakistan reported that all assets were safe. Reuters News also reported 4 blasts in Amritsar, India, and continuing explosions in Jammu for a second day. Indian Foreign Secretary Misri called Pakistan's denial of launching drone and missile attacks farcical. On May 10th, flights resumed at Gwalior Airport in India after a 3-day suspension due to rising tensions. Similarly, Pakistan reopened its airspace as the ceasefire took effect. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif thanked Saudi Arabia and China for helping mediate the agreement and accused India of spreading false information, destroying mosques, and killing civilians. Sharif said, "We want peace. We are a peaceful nation." UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer called for a lasting ceasefire and confirmed the UK's involvement in the talks. US President Donald Trump announced the ceasefire after what he described as a long night of talks mediated by the United States. Both nations confirmed the agreement following intense missile exchanges. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said the negotiations involved both Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance, as well as Indian and Pakistani leaders. Earlier that Saturday, Pakistan launched a retaliatory operation targeting Indian bases, including a U.S. missile storage site. This operation, called Banyan-ul-Morsos, or Wall of Lead, followed what Pakistan said were Indian missile strikes on 3 air bases, including one near Islamabad. Pakistan claimed its air defenses intercepted most of the missiles. In Srinagar, the capital of Indian-administered Kashmir, Hajira, a 62-year-old woman, recounted her fear as drones flew overhead and explosions echoed. She worried about collecting subsidized grains during a possible war. On Saturday night, after Trump's announcement, she expressed relief. Trump later posted on Truth Social that he would work with India and Pakistan to resolve the Kashmir dispute. Political analyst Zafar Chowdhury said India may not welcome the offer, but it underscores Kashmir's central role in the conflict. Cross-border shelling has displaced many Kashmiris, especially near the line of control. In April, an attack on tourists in Pahalgam killed 26 people, promoting a harsh crackdown by Indian authorities. The government demolished homes, detained around 2,800 people, and arrested journalists. Despite the ceasefire, residents remained cautious. On May 10th, kamikaze drones were seen in the skies over Kashmir. Hasnain Shabir, a business graduate, described the fear and disruption caused by the drone attacks. Uri, a town near the border, was one of the worst hit areas. On May 8th, a woman named Nagaris Bashir was killed while trying to flee. In the same town, a former serviceman, Muhammad Nasir Khan, described artillery fire damaging his home. His daughters have refused to return due to ongoing fears. Sulman Sheikh, a resident of Uri, compared the shelling to the Kargil conflict of 1999. His house was later hit by a shell. He had stayed behind to protect his livestock. In Srinagar, daily life has started to resume, but with caution. Schools remain closed. Medical student Muskan Wani said, "Only time will tell if the ceasefire will hold." Political expert Noor Ahmed Baba attributed public skepticism to the lack of political resolution and contained feelings of humiliation among Kashmiris. Furqan, a software engineer in Srinagar, questioned whether Kashmiris' suffering matters to either country. He said both India and Pakistan used the conflict to meet their own needs while Kashmiris bore the brunt. On May 10th, following renewed shelling, residents again feared that the ceasefire would not last. The fighting between India and Pakistan was the most intense in decades. Both sides agree that the breakthrough started on Saturday afternoon, May 10th. India's military confirmed that a hotline message from a top Pakistani official initiated the talks. Pakistan's military stated it had reached out to intermediaries, reportedly with the U.S. playing a central role. That's it for today's report. Thank you for joining me on Muslim Viewpoint. If you value our public service journalism, please support American Muslim Today, a 501c3 nonprofit, by following us on social media at American Muslim Today or donating at American Muslim Today. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Until next time, I'm Maya Gayler.